Grand Rising Soul Tribe, Tracy here, Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments. I want to, donations, everything. I wanted to thank, hold on a second, give me 1 second. Let me see, hold on. Let me get it together. Okay. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. I wanted to thank everyone for the super thanks, the super chats, everything. I appreciate it all. Behaving, Grand Rising, hello. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to clear out this energy, and we're going to see what the message the Spirit has for us. At my next video, I'm going to personally thank this wonderful, beautiful person who provided with this wonderful donation and super thanks. All right. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Grand Rising. And I love you more. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. I don't know why I'm hearing DMX song. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna have me go all out up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool. No, y'all gonna make me lose my act of fool up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna have me lose my cool up in here, up in. That's what I'm hearing. Hey, J Mike. Let's see what's going on. Bottom of the deck. Ooh. The Knight of Coins, but it fell from the rest of the bottom of the deck in reverse. So this is something that was never going to materialize, never going to work, never ending. But it was something that somebody has come to regret. Because they didn't know that you had that gift. They didn't know that you was a seer. They didn't know that you was blessed. And your faith is out of this world. You're the person who's not afraid to do it. You're not afraid to step out of the norm. You're the one who, other people may have called you the fool, but they ain't calling you no fool now. Somebody was confused because you went forward. You went forward. I feel like you went forward and you challenged someone in battle. And they didn't think that you was going to do that. They was like, wait, what? Wait, what? What? And they was stuck. They either had to show up or get fucked up. That's like, you know what? Somebody talked all this shit, all this big shit. And then when they was called to the floor, they was afraid. You decided you was getting ready to settle this shit once and for all. And I'm telling you, somebody was afraid. They wanted to hold back. They was like, wait a minute. Let me explain. There ain't no explaining now. What's the message, Spirit? Oh, okay. Yeah. This could have been your family. This could have been a group, an organization. But there's something about this group. Somebody wanted to challenge you. They wanted to really challenge you. And like I said, they sent out. Somebody had sent some message. They was talking all that shit. You see this little wand of this bird's mouth. They was talking more shit than a little bit. But they didn't realize that you alone was not afraid to stand on your own. Okay. This is somebody who knew you from the past. They thought they knew you from the past. They thought they had the game and was gone with it. They did. They thought they had the game and was going with it. But as time, situations, and circumstances should prove, somebody was stopped in their tracks when you said something that made them step back. This is somebody that had to go forward. They had to go ahead and go on out there. Because like I said, you was going to put an end to this, whatever this was. And this, like I said, this was a coven, a family, a group, or something. They was there and everybody was looking. And somebody had their ass handed to them on a plate. Yeah, they did not know. They thought they knew you. They didn't know you. They didn't know shit about you. All of that they knew was what they could see. And all they could see was just what was on the outside. Once again, I'm telling you, this the second time this card hit the flow. This is the second time. Somebody thought they was getting ready to do something. They didn't do nothing. They ain't do a damn thing. What's the message, Spirit? What else? Hey, fresh from a nap. How are you? What's the message? Yep. This was a two-faced motherfucker that thought they had some power. That's who it was. A two-faced motherfucker that thought they had some power. And they was the leader of some group, but they thought they had power because they had some pocket change. You know what I'm saying? But see, one thing about you, two things for sure. You knew what time it was. Somebody thought that they could come up against you. And so you put them to the test. You wanted to see what they was really working with. And after you did that, that controller motherfucker decided that it was time for them to run. Now it's like they left out the group. You know, it's like somebody thought that they was going to be able to push you to the limit. They thought they was going to be able to really make you cry. And that's what they was trying to do was to break you down and get you to cry in front of everybody else. But it wasn't you that was going to cry. See, what it was is that you called somebody out. You didn't call them out their name. You called them out. You was like, yeah, you, yo, you. Get your little ass over here. Meet me outside. Meet me outside. And everybody else was stopping. They was looking. Because they was like, don't nobody ever mess with the devil like that. But you looked that devil in the eye and said, your ass. Outside now. You was outside waiting. Hear this devil come. You know, walking through the building slowly. Like they was just all big shit. You know, hands on their hips like they were, like you weren't going to do nothing. And everybody slowly watched this motherfucker walk to the door. And as soon as they got to the door, without you even stretching out for the normal 45 minutes to an hour, all they saw was this motherfucker get punched from the door all the way back in to the building. So it's like they may have watched somebody walk slow to the door, but that get back was like, damn. You whooped that devil's ass. Not only did you knock that motherfucker back in the door, and if this was in the church, you knocked that motherfucker from the door all the way up to the altar. Then you walked up to that altar, grab that little fiery hair and drag that bitch outside. Because you was about to put a whooping on this motherfucker. Sometimes you just get to that point where you like, meet me outside, motherfucker. Yeah. See, they confused now. They thought you was a fool. They confused now. They didn't think you could fight. But nobody's saying shit after that. They stopped all types of communication. Because you know what? and quiet as it's kept, this motherfucker was saying all these damn secrets and shit like that. But now everybody witnessed this motherfucker apologizing to you. Witness this motherfucker apologizing to you. Somebody got their ass handed to them. Okay, they sitting here. They thought this Wheel of Fortune was turning in their favor. No, baby. It was turning the opposite way. See, they didn't know what you knew. They didn't know that you had a certain type of power within you. And everybody that was then riding with that devil, now they want to ride with you. See, what it was is while you was whooping that devil's ass, you knew that was going to be a workout. So instead of you sitting there getting tired because you was about to whoop this motherfucker's ass, you decided to go ahead and put your playlist on and let your songs do the work for you. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind over here. And when that song was done, you was thinking about the next one. You know, that Fergalicious song. You know, that one. When that one was finished, you was doing the next one. You know, every song that came on your playlist, you was just keeping the beat. Even when you started getting tired, you just changed the music a little bit so that, you know, you could slow down a little bit. You know, you even went way back. She's a maniac on the floor. I mean, you was beating the shit out this motherfucker. Fire. That's when you was getting tired. Fire. You had this motherfucker on the floor. You knew you was beating that ass whenever the devil was like, Jesus, help me. Help me, Jesus. You was like, shut up. That's when you knew it was time you was through. That's when everybody else knew you was through. They thought that you was a fool. They don't think that shit now. Like I said, ain't nobody got shit to say now. They ain't got shit to say. And this motherfucker, they witnessed, everybody witnessed this devil calling for Jesus. Yeah, honey. Like I said, everybody that was riding with them didn't want to ride with you. After that, everybody that has something to say against you started coming up. It was like, you know, I just want to let you know that the devil also says this. And the devil also said that. But you was like, well, what did you say? Or what did you do? You know, you even called somebody else out. What the fuck did they say? What the fuck did they do? Hey, Bianca. Hey, Shaylin. Hey, Behaven. How are y'all? Hey, Touche. Malcolm, how are you? Yeah. See, they took your kindness for a weakness because they had known you was always kind. You was always sweet. You ain't come out the bag on nobody. You definitely did not go around trying to fuck with people, but they see now you ain't starting no fight, but you damn sure wasn't going to back down from one. Yes, that devil thought that they had the game and was going with it. They thought they was going to get their way. They thought this was that big day. But that motherfucker started running for the hills. You was like, hold up, motherfucker. You was after that motherfucker. You can run and you can hide, but you can't get away. Everybody saw that you went up in that community, up in that church, whatever it was, that house, and you dragged that motherfucker out and started whooping that ass. They knew you worked with that motherfucker. That's why that motherfucker started running away. You was tired of that shit. You was tired. People get tired. It's okay. If today you need to whoop the devil's ass, if you need to stretch out, stretch out. If you need to get your playlist together, put your playlist together. But today is whooping ass and taking name day. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you, Spirit. What's the message? Yeah, the truth is out. The truth is out. And everybody know you ain't no motherfucking punk. They can think what they want to think, but they ain't gonna think that you a punk. That's for damn sure. Yes, somebody who has something smart to say, they ain't got shit to say now. Now they want to keep it quiet. Now they in prayer. They're like, dear Lord, don't let them come for me next, because I sure can't handle that shit. You know, you knew you was ready to fight. You knew you had enough, and everybody see that you clearly won this shit. This war, this battle, this fight, this scuffle, this back and forth, whatever it was, you clearly won that shit. Yes, even this. Look, normally somebody who was willing to put some spell on you, oh, she held that shit back. She was like, They was like, wasn't it your idea to do this? Somebody was like, fuck that. They ghosted somebody. Because you know what? They didn't even want to fight. When they saw that the devil got their ass handed to them on a fucking platter, everybody else, all the witches, all the warlocks, all the masons, all the eastern stars, everybody was like ghost. They ghosted their motherfucking selves. Because they saw you was not the one to play with. And if you was the one to play with, today was not that motherfucking day. You feel me? You're here. Everybody thought that you was stuck. You wasn't stuck. Now everybody's sad that they took you for a sucker. And they know you know who you coming up after. They know you know. And they also know you know what that address is. Okay? Because even the ones that thought that they was doing hiding, throwing the rock and hiding their hands, they stuck too. You coming up after everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. You about to close this. You about to end this shit once and for all. This cycle about to close, baby. This shit is over. Everybody running for cover. They trying to hide. You can hide if you want to. I know where you hiding. We see it in the third eye. I see you over there. Get your ass up, over. Come on over here. Get your ass up. Come on over here. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? I know that's right. I know that's right, Bianca. I know they know. Yes, they know. Hey, K-Hyphy. Oh, I'm being nice. But you know what? You can never be too nice to the devil, okay? Just, I'm being nice. I ain't being too nice, but I'm being what they deserve. They need to know. Somebody need to know. What's the message? What is the message? Yeah. Just to think somebody thought that they could get up out of this. Please. No, you stuck in that web. You stuck in that web. Ain't shit changing for you until you get this ass whooping. Yeah, they took you for granted. And then they hoping that you don't know where they ran to. They hoping because they sitting there trying to lick their wounds in the corner. Oh, you can try. Go ahead, boo. Go ahead. Because I got you tracked. Somebody got you tracked and they coming straight for you. Somebody thought that they was going to throw a rock and hide their hand. Now they feel stupid. Now they don't know what the fuck they was thinking. They thought they was coming up after you. Here they are with their head in their hands crying. Because they're looking all battered and bruised. But you told them, I'm going to tell you one thing for certain and two things for sure. I'm not about to start no shit, but I ain't going back down from no shit. They should have let you, they should have known whenever you spoke that you was no joke. Okay? But see, they thought that, this is an earth angel. They ain't gonna do shit. Shit. Earth angels be the one to fuck you up the most. You think that it's a game, huh? Somebody was sitting there thinking, damn, people was like looking at the window when this motherfucker was outside. People was looking at the window because you can't look too far over to the left or to the right because you just looking straight out the window. And they was like, damn, like where'd she get all them extra hands from? Ooh, they was like, run, get up and run. Ooh, damn, you drag that motherfucker way over there. They're like this, trying to look. You drag the motherfucker way over there. It's like this, trying to look like, damn, where they? Oh shit, yeah, you was not playing with nobody. Nobody. That's when somebody said, "Oh, they need to stop all this shit." They was like, "You know what? I've been fronting with y'all." They told that coven I was fronting with y'all. I ain't even really like y'all, and I'm not I ain't like you as people, and I'm not like you as we ain't there from the same club. Somebody was like they wanted to be on the winning team. Mm-hmm. They on the winning team because they said they ain't built for this. They not built for this. They felt like, well, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking of. They not built for this. Yeah. Especially whenever they were sitting there thinking about all these lies that they was telling about you, all that bullshit. That's why they are upset. They are upset because they know that you can come for them too. You can come for them too. You know where they at. Shit, ain't nobody trying to pipe down. Ain't nobody trying to be quiet like that. Shit, come on. They got you fucked all the way up. All the way up. Up, down, side to side, round to round. Y'all cannot hide. Okay? What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Angelina, how are you? I am scared. How are you? What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? That's right. DMX in the building. Hey, chick. Chip C, how are you? DMX in the building. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. Up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out up in here. Up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool up in here. Up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool. Yes. I feel like this whole community, this group, whatever this was, they was like, you know what, we need to disband. Because all that hooping and hollering about at night, underneath the moon and shit, mosquitoes biting us up, that shit ain't got us nowhere. And then looking at the devil trying to hide in the corner after running away from your ass. The temperance, the earth angel, you probably the small one. You was the one that was like skinny as shit. They was like, yeah, that devil gonna put a whooping on her. That devil gonna put a whooping on him. I know they shame. And then next thing you know, they watching the devil run away, and they was like, yo, shit. You walked in the building, you were like, anybody else want some? Everybody was like, that's what you thought. Now they sat there and watched the devil run away to protect itself and acting like they victim now. Hurting shit over some shit. I'm telling you, that devil ghosted somebody. The ghosted the entire group. You know? Somebody thought that you was playing. If you was playing, you wasn't playing with them. And you definitely wasn't playing today. You meant that shit. That's why that devil know that they got that ass whooping, because that's just some shit that they deserve. Everything they did it to themselves. And you match that energy and then some. Match that motherfucking energy and then some. All you had to do was pray to God. God was like, I'm giving you authority over all that situation. Stretch out, baby. You was like, no problem. You did your little stretch. You didn't even do the whole 45 minutes like you normally did. You was doing like 1 to 2 minutes. You was like, let's go. Let's go, motherfucker, because I'm tired of your ass. Telling you, this entire group is confused. They confused. They said you came up after that devil and they thought that you was going to lose. Now everybody is like, oh shit. Don't nobody want to go to the Covenant House no more. Don't nobody want to go see the magician. What magician? Shit. They protected themselves because they said we don't need none of this shit. Because we see how she or he took care of themselves and whooped everybody's ass. Okay? Especially somebody trying to get in the middle of your relationships and shit like that. Oh, that motherfucker. Come on. Let's do this. Hey, Queen Memoirs. How are you? Let's do this. I got time today, motherfucker. I got lots of time today. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? What is the message? What you say, natural urban? Hello. What you say? They don't want no smoke. I sure can't tell. Right. Exactly. I sure cannot tell. Yeah. Now they trying to sit there. They under the moon. They trying to figure out what they can do to make this shit right. Everybody went up underneath the moon again. They trying to figure out how can we get this shit straight. They was like, we don't know if we should try and do an incantation or if we should come together and pray to God. We don't know what the fuck to do. We just know we scared. We just know we scared because they know karma is coming up after them and they can't stop it. They can't stop shit. Okay? I'm telling you, somebody trying to hide so they don't get this ass whooping because they swore up and down you only had 2 hands. 2 hands, 2 fists, 2 arms. But whenever they saw your ass out there swinging, banging, kicking, slanging, they was like, we don't even know where all these extra hands came from. We don't know. But we know one thing. We need to apologize. That's one thing we do know. Yes, because they was watching you. They've been watching you. They watched you grow up. And they always said, oh, this one, they not going to do nothing. They not going to do nothing. Not knowing that you was the one that was going to kick ass, take name, and live to tell the tale. So before you judge a book by its cover, you better make sure what book you reading. Read the back of the book. Don't just read the back of the book. There's an introduction. There's some shit about the author. There's some shit about the publishing house. Y'all should have read all that shit, plus all them pages in between. Okay. Hey, Lulu, how are you? What you say they can't read? I know that's right. Hey, Sandy, how are you? They right one, wrong one. Right day, wrong day. All built up in the same fucking day, okay? What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? And y'all, I was going to try and get on here and be quiet this morning. But somebody had to get their ass handed to them, and I'm here to let them know. You done did too much, motherfucker. You done did way too much today. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, somebody thought they was gonna get their way. They was like they was walking out being all chest all stuck out, like talking about some easy fight. This is an easy win. Don't even worry. You ain't even got to come to the window. But whenever they got they ain't even get all the way out the door. They put their first foot outside that threshold. And everybody was like, oh, we just not even going to turn around. But when they saw that devil body fling back up in there all the way up to the altar, that's when they was like, what the fuck just happened? They turned around looking at you doing this. Come on, motherfucker, because I'm just getting started. That's when you cracked your neck. You walked up to the front, grabbed that motherfucker, dragged it all the way outside, kicking and screaming and asking for help. And you was like, shut the fuck up. Because they knew that you had spiritual authority. At that point, they knew that you was getting ready to kick ass and take name. And that's when this motherfucker started trying to claw and scratch and kick and shit like that. And you was like, yeah, go ahead and do all that shit. That look real cool. That look real cool. You watch some motherfucker tire themselves out doing all that shit. All that. You was like, okay, now that I got your ass outside and you finished kicking and screaming and calling, asking Jesus for help, now it's my turn. Let's go. I've been waiting for this shit. Boom. You was like, boom, boom, boom. You was doing all the karate kicks and everything. Look, let me tell you something. You had your ancestors, and they just did not know. Part of your ancestors was the Lees, the Jet Li, the whoever the karate kicking Lees. They even had their ancestors: Myrtle Lee, Beth Lee, Sarah Lee, Mr. Otis Lee. All the Lees was there. Everybody that knew karate, they was all doing all of it. Everybody was kung fu 5'10". They was all doing that shit. That's why they thought that you had these extra hands. They was like, damn, where are these extra hands come from? The Lees. The Lees. Yes, honey, let me tell you something. Yeah, they felt like you had 6 hands, not 2. 6 hands, not 2. And whenever that devil was asking, begging, pleading for forgiveness, pleading to leave some sort of life, that's when you knew you won. That's whenever you knew, oh, this motherfucker, no. You was even not even gonna be stopping then. You was not gonna stop until you got tired and that playlist kept going on. You know? Shit, you was hearing the song, she a maniac on the floor. And you never punched like this ever before. You was even trying to do some exercises and shit like that, but your muscles were starting to build up. One thing you did notice was that little flab at the bottom of your arms was kind of loosening, tightening up because of that shit that you was doing. I mean, you was kicking it. You was doing it. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Come fuck with me again. Do some more. I want you to. Do some motherfucking more. I want you to. Shit. They sitting there acting like just you small, just because you by yourself, just because you look nice, just because you look timid, just because you kind and hard and everything, that you wasn't going to be able to protect yourself. Judgment Day, motherfucker. Judgment Day. And you see here this monkey? You ever fought with a monkey before? Oh, you don't stop fighting because you get tired. You don't stop fighting until that monkey got tired. And at that point, you was no longer a monkey. You had turned into that motherfucking gorilla. You ever fought a gorilla? I think not. If you watching this channel, you ain't never fought no gorilla. But the devil did today. Everybody knew it was what they brought on themselves. And everybody saw it happen. Okay? I'm telling you. Then all of a sudden, this witch gonna talk about something. I just want to apologize. I just had this newfound love in my heart for you. You was like, no. You was able to calm yourself down and get yourself together, dusted yourself off. You was like looking, you was like, damn. You was like, oh, the fuck? I done broke a nail beating y'all broke a nail beating your ass. That's when they was like, oh, shit. Yeah, I'm telling you, had people running, hiding, screaming, crying, calling 911 saying, wait, who beating the devil's ass? Click them. They calling back 911 like, yeah, what's your emergency? You ain't gonna come? It was like, no, you handle that on your own. Because they knew you was not to be fucked with on that day. You would even call 911 before. It's like, if anybody call you, you can come if you want to, but I'm not going to be able to help if you get caught up in that mix. 911 was like, no, we just got the jail ready in case you want to drag their ass over here. Okay? And they were sitting there wondering, they going to drag their ass over here? They didn't know. They did not know. You had motherfuckers apologizing to you. You was even like, who are you? What you say your name was? How do I know you? See, people that was even going against you is afraid of you ass. Okay? They don't think that you that kind, sweet pushover no more. They don't think that. Now when they think of you, they think, you know what? Instead of us talking about somebody, we need to fucking pray. We need to pray for our deliverance. Okay? What's the message? You was even hearing like songs from your playlist from way back. Switch, the Barges. You was hearing the original Jacksons, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Gladys Knight and the Pimps. You went all the way back. You had that playlist going for so damn long. You know, they was coming out tapping on your shoulders like, you know, the devil ain't even moving no more. You was like, and what you worried about? They was like, nothing. We was just saying, okay, get your ass on back over there from saying. What's the message, Spirit? You know, got up, tried to fix your little broke nail. Pissed about that. The fact that some of the devil's blood was on you, on your hands. You didn't give a shit about that. You just went in the bathroom and washed it. You said if it don't come off, you're going to show everybody this the devil's blood on my hands. You want to fuck with this? You want to fuck with this? They was like, What else, Spirit? What else? What else, Spirit? Anything else from this stack? Let's get us another deck. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody has spiritual authority today. They thought it was a game. They don't think it's a game anymore. They thought it was funny. They don't think it's funny no more. They thought you was a push-up. They don't think that shit no more. They know that you were not the one to be fucked with. They said if anybody gonna be playing, it's not gonna be her or him. And it's sure the fuck not gonna be today. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Coins. It's a brand new day for you, honey. Yes, I'm telling you, you feel a lot better though. Oh, it's like you just had to work that stress off. You know, you feel a lot better. You know, especially since you was able to get to the bottom of these fucking secrets. You know, clear up this bullshit. You know, give the devil what they really deserved. You know, that's what you did. You gave it back to them. You matched their energy and then some. Like I said, that devil ran. They didn't walk. They ran. Okay. And then that whole group was upset because they thought they was taking something from you. All they took was an ass whooping. Confirmation. All they took from you was that ass whooping that was totally due. Now somebody's sitting here trying to watch you, trying to check your temperature to see if you still upset. You're not upset, baby. Come on in, sugar. We ain't upset. We loving. Come. J Mike, can you do me a favor? Go around to the back of the room, lock that motherfucking door, and bolt it. Get your special key out and lock that motherfucker, because we about to lay hands in here on Sunday. Yes, we are. We about to lay hands. We not upset, baby. No, not at all. We love you. That's why we getting ready to pray on you, over you. See, somebody thought that's whenever they realized, you know what? They didn't they should have left you alone whenever they was being told to leave you alone, but they missed those cues. Now this is why somebody's sitting there like, dear God, do you have please save me. I don't want to get my ass whooped. I don't want to be next. Because they know you're not here to play. You on a mission. You're not here to play. If you got to tear some shit down, you're going to tear that shit down. They thought that they could attack you. Come on. Calm the fuck on. They ain't fucking with you no more. They ain't fucking with you. They ain't fucking with your money. They ain't fucking with your relationships. They ain't fucking with nothing about you because they know you don't fucking play about you and yours. I'm telling you, somebody want to jump ship. They want to come over to your side because they know, oh, they was like, shit. Whoo! I need to get some karate lessons from this one. Because this one, this some shit that I didn't even know that they could do. Somebody is so upset that they allowed themselves to go down this road. No loyalty, no integrity, no responsibility, no emotional, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, no, not even any intelligent intelligence. Nothing. They was acting like a fucking fool. This is somebody that they knew you was wifey material, but they want to test the limits. They wanted to test the limits. Spirit said, okay, consider it tested, bitch. Consider the limit tested. I'm judging your ass. Okay, I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you. Then they want to act like they all scared. Don't be hiding now. You can't protect yourself now. Because I got something for you. You thought that you was a witch. You could be the witch. But honey, I'm going to let you know, I'm the head bitch. And the witch ever got nothing on no bitch. Yeah, somebody thinking about that shit that they was doing. They said that shit was ignorant. It was immature. And they trying to figure out how they can make up for that shit. But ain't shit they can do. They know ain't shit they can do. They can't come up with nothing. They know they stuck. They know they stuck just like that damn devil. I'm telling you, somebody ghosted the entire group. They watched that devil get their ass kicked. People turned away from that window that was sitting there watching that shit. They turned away from the window to look to the head warlock, and they was like, hey, Albert, where the fuck he go? They was like, damn, where anybody seen that? Albert was gone. Albert was gone. Because they knew you spoke the truth. They knew you was telling the truth. They knew you was not one to play with. They knew you was not the one to cross that line. And they crossed that line, and they sure see what it was like after they crossed that motherfucking line. Okay? Don't do that. No, don't do that shit no more. Hey, Marcia, how are you? Don't do that shit no more. Now somebody asking for healing. They asking for guidance. They want peace. After they was trying to do you wrong. After they was going to try and come up after you. Somebody think that you don't know what the fuck they did. Oh, I know what the fuck you did, even though I ain't trying to attack your ass just yet. Because it's still early. I was giving myself a break. I was going to give me another mimosa before I came back up in here and finished this shit. Hey, Tracy. But yeah, you was putting a whooping. You was going to end some shit today. All them little magical spells, all them incantations, all that shit is over. That shit is over. Even the devil said, leave me the fuck out of this. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy for trying to fuck with heart or hip. Fuck all y'all. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? J. Mike, you got the door locked, baby. What's the message? Because we about to start healing. And now y'all know how I loves me a healing. Y'all know how I loves me a healing. In fact, you know what? Here's my extra key, J. Mike. Lock it with that one too. It's that lock at the very top of the door. That way they can't. Now I don't care how much they claw and scratch and try and dig. They can't get that one. Yes. Somebody, they love you. I bet you they do love you now. They want to pledge allegiance to you now. They know you are their wish fulfillment. This is somebody who watched you take out the devil. That was like, ooh, wait. They didn't think you was going to be able to do it. They didn't, but they know now. They know now. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Oh, my goodness. What else, Spirit? What else? Yeah, somebody, they know you were the right one for them. They watched you take the whole coven down. You know, the coven thought that you was eventually going to get tired. No, not with your playlist. All that motivational music. You had all types of rap music. You even had some fucking infomercials that kept you upbeat. You know what I'm saying? They didn't realize you had that type of playlist, but you whooped that ass. You whooped it. Yes, indeed. And then after that, after you was finished, you was just like, well, whew, goodness. Straightened your little dress out, your little high priestess dress out. He was like, okay, well, anybody hungry? Anybody want something to eat? You know? Yeah. The person who thought they was in charge and they members, they was confused. They was like, oh, we don't know if we should eat or we should skedaddle. We don't know what the fuck we should do. You was like, come on downstairs, y'all. I got some fried chicken, some macaroni and cheese. I made some candied yams, some of that good old Mexican corn. I made some hot water cornbread and fresh dinner rolls. Yeah, they didn't know what the fuck was going on, especially since they were sitting here trying to do all this shit to you. This was like some type of, they all came together thinking that they was going to be able to fuck you up, that this was going to be the thing that really got you. They was trying to go against you. They had cast these spells over you. They had sent somebody in just to take you down. They had did all of that. Hey, Latasha, how are you? All of that. Only to find out that none of that shit worked because you was able to protect yourself. And then smiling afterwards, you know, then offering everybody something to eat, you know, and walking away like it was no big deal. Okay, that's when this devil found out. They had their ass handed to them on the motherfucking silver platter. Shit was not going their way on that day. But they didn't realize you also had Archangel Michael helping you. Okay, and all your ancestors was helping you. Everybody was. And guess who they found, y'all? Guess who they found? The master ghoster of them all. Okay? The police happened to be driving along the side of this old country dirt road, watching this motherfucker trying to run, you know, dragging that stick. And they knew it was him because the fucking road. They knew it was him carrying this damn lantern. They was like, get your ass in this car. Yes, Hunty. And whenever you got to that motherfucker, you was like, you know what? I'm not even going to beat your ass. I'm not even going to beat your ass. I'm just going to tell you exactly what you need to know. What's the message, Spirit? You know, there was somebody in that group was like, I'm kind of hungry. After watching that shit, they was like, I can always eat. Shit, it didn't bother me. I ain't really say that much. I just joined the group. I didn't even know who you was. That's why I was just like, Yes, that's what that motherfucker was saying. What else, Spirit? What else? Yeah, they thought they had the power. They know that you came out like a motherfucking lion. Yes, honey. They said shit. What else? Telling you, everybody in the group has dispersed. Don't nobody want to be around nobody because they feel like, and they afraid to even talk to each other. Because you know what they feel like? If they do, everybody gonna be out in the cold. So that's why they wanted to end this shit. They was like, we all about to have our ass handed to us. They about to end this shit. Now everybody want to work with you. They want to get on that healing tip. They want to get on the spiritual tip. They know that you are a healer. You don't come. You're not the person to come and kick ass and take name, but you did on that day because they had pushed you to the fucking limit. They had pushed you to the fucking limit, trying to test your gangster abilities. I wish a motherfucker Would again. You could test that all you want to. They're telling you Archangel Michael was right here. Right here telling my son, get him, get him, get him, get him. Fight, 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 fight. What's the message? They wasn't expecting this on the Sunday. They wasn't expecting this. And that devil sitting there like, damn, all embarrassed, can't sleep, can't eat, none of that shit. Trying to think of what they can say to try and save face. Not a damn thing, because everybody saw somebody get their own karma. Everybody saw this shit. You know, even when the devil gonna try and lie, they're gonna be like, shut your motherfucking lying ass up. Shut up. We don't even want to hear it. Because we don't want her to come back and get us, because we listening to your lying ass. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yes, they did it to themselves. Telling you, somebody hurt their own feelings, thinking they was going to come for you, try and take you down, you know, but they didn't see after so long that you was able to protect yourself. You knew what time it was. You knew somebody was lying on you. You was tired of this shit. They thought because you was younger that you wasn't going to be able to take care of yourself. Your ancestors said, you better think again, motherfucker. It don't make a difference how young or how old this person is. What makes a difference is this person has spiritual authority over you, because this person been by themselves praying to God, being sweet, being kind, being helpful, being thoughtful. They done already completed a whole lot of life lessons, completed a whole lot of different levels that you have even thought to even get up on the good foot. Yes. And it's like, and don't even think about trying to bring no damn apology, because that shit ain't gonna work. All that shit is gonna do is piss somebody off even more. You know, Spirit said you better work on yourself. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. Spirit said, and I know where you at. Don't think that you can run and hide. You can run and hide, but I still know where your ass is at. Now here the devil sitting here all embarrassed and shit, knowing that the wheel of fortune done turned out of their favor, and they sitting here and regret for fucking with you. Okay, trying to get in the middle of your relationship. Yeah, they thought that they had the game and was going with it, and they was not willing to stop until you went down. I don't think they want you to go down no more. Because they didn't know how strong you was. They didn't want this line to come out. This line came out, tore everybody to shreds. And then, like I said, you just straightened your clothes up and was like, anybody ready to eat? I have made some food. It's in the church basement. Come on. You know, like I said, there's always somebody like, well, I can eat a little bit, you know. This one's sitting here thinking about everything that they did, how they tried to leave you out. Okay? Thinking that they was going to overburden you. They thought that they was in control of everything. They want to leave. And they leaving this whole coven. They leaving the group too. They don't want to. I'm telling you, everybody in that group was like, fuck y'all too. Fuck y'all too. We don't even like each other. Why are we even together? That's what it is. They don't even like each other. They trying to figure out why was they even together. They don't know. We don't know. We don't give a damn. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Bragsy. How are you? Yes, Marcia. Boomerang. Yes. Somebody found out that they was not in control. And they was not even a good emperor when you was trying to be a good empress. This is why you got the gift. This is why, you know what, you returned all that negative shit to them. You was like, oh, return to sender times 10, motherfucker. In fact, we ain't even going to do it times 10. We're going to do it times 100 today. We got time today. We got time. You know, and it's like, I'm telling you, everybody coming on. The whole town's laughing at me. That's the one song you didn't have on your playlist, but that would have been too slow. Uh, That one's gonna be too slow. So don't even think about adding that one to your playlist. But everybody want to come and apologize to you. I wonder why. Because they see you don't play about you and yours. They don't play about you. You don't play about you. You don't play about yours. You don't play about your money, your legacy. You don't play about your food, your clothes, your shoes. You should damn sure don't play about your broken nails. None of that shit. None of that shit. So save that apology. Say the drama for your mama, unless you're one of my kids. Don't give me no fucking drama. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? I see only one person downstairs eating. That's the one person that wasn't trying to leave. That's the only one. They was like, this food was good. You know, they was like, I ain't seen a fight like this before. Damn. Woo, I know what it is when somebody got spiritual authority. Damn, they was like, you had everybody afraid of you. You was kicking ass. That's why you got so many damn names. Ted, Sue, Joe, Otis, Jiminy, Jeremy, the whole, the triplets, whatever their names are. That's why somebody got so many damn names. Because they was kicking ass and taking name after name after name. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Diesel Gray, how are you? Gravy, Diesel Gravy, how are you? Me and my glasses, y'all know. I got some readers on. Y'all know I'm kind of old. What's the message, Spirit? I know that's right, Bragsy. Return to sender times 1,000,000. I know that's right. What else, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? Thank you. Yes, they confused. No, they not confused. They past confused. They are what's called confused. CONFRUSED. They confused. Okay? Because they didn't know that you was going to be able to take care of your entire legacy like this. You was going to win this war. And it wasn't just with words. You had your sword out, raised. You was doing a damn thing. They thought when you called that devil outside, and wait a minute. When you said meet me outside, motherfucker, I'm about to show you today. That devil stopped like, what? Everybody in the church laughing. They pointing at you. You was just sitting there like this. Bring it, motherfucker. Bring it. That's why the devil was walking out all slow like, this ain't going to take long. Watch this. You know, dapping everybody, doing high fives and everything, doing the secret handshake and all that shit. Watch this. Watch me go on out there. It's going to be 2 hits. They did see 2 hits. No, they only saw 1. They heard the first hit because you ain't even let the devil get the first hit. Like I said, here's the threshold. That foot, it was not even the whole foot. It was just like toes that barely stepped over the threshold. Them toes that barely stepped over the threshold. You was like, boom. And next thing you know, they heard that shit. And the only hit that they saw was when that devil flew back up in here, went from 0 to 60 and hit the fucking altar. Even made the altar shake. Bowl is up there like, dun, 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 dun. You know how when something is almost about to fall, but it finally don't fall, it just go real fast until it gets settled down. That shit. That's when they was like, damn, we ain't even see the first hit. But they knew whenever you jumped on board that devil, when you got on top of that motherfucker, it was going to be over. It was going to be over. They heard the devil. Dear Lord, help me. Jesus, please. Somebody help me. Everybody looking at their cell phone like, Ooh, is this the temperature gonna be today? Damn, what's the temperature gonna be in Indonesia, y'all? Let's look that shit up. Somebody like, oh, look at this Facebook post I got. They was not trying to get involved. They was not trying to get involved. Even Spirit told them, y'all better stand clear. You better stand your ground. You better back the fuck up. Somebody got a twin. They was like, let's sing Kumbaya, my love. Kumbaya. Kumbaya. They was doing all that shit because didn't nobody want no more smoke. Nobody. Then they sitting here trying to ask for healing, trying to ask for peace. Spirit said, yeah, I'm going to give you peace when you take that last breath and leave my chosen one the fuck alone. All them secrets came out. Everybody saw it. Everybody knew that you won. And somebody even had the nerve trying to go around town lying. Everybody was like, shit, you better get your lying ass away from me. You better get your lying ass the fuck away from me. What's the message? What else? Anything else from this stack? Yeah. Telling you people leaving in droves. You know, I'm sitting here in my mind's eye, the Beverly Hillbillies. You know how they had that they whenever they was leaving the country going to Beverly and they had their shit all packed up. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Somebody got their shit packed the fuck up. They like out. They are out. They ain't fucking around with nobody. They don't even want to talk to nobody. They about to change their own number, you know, because they figured if they could see the devil running down the street away from somebody, they knew they was not going to get involved. They knew they wasn't trying to get involved at all. Bottom of the deck. Told you. Think it's a game. Think it's a motherfucking game if you want to. Yeah. And the devil is sitting here upset that they even took it that damn far. Hey, Angela, how are you? Yes, because they know they got themselves in a position. They know they got themselves in a position they can't get out of. They stuck. They stuck. Somebody praying to be helped, you know? And they know that everybody see how confused that whole situation was, how they thought that it was going to go one way. It went a whole nother way. And everybody was like, damn, we did not know. Yes, they didn't know. You had spiritual authority and somebody that thought that they was going to come up after you. They're going to put a whooping on you. They're going to attack you. They're going to get you in a fight. Same motherfucker that was running with that same one that they was trying to attack you with. Running. Okay. Yes. Running and embarrassed and trying to figure out why they even did all this shit. You know, trying to lick their own wounds. Trying to get that sword from the back of their ass. You know, trying to figure out what the fuck was I thinking. They didn't know that you had this much might. They didn't know that you had actually fought the gorilla and won. They didn't know that shit. You was like, shit, come on now. That's just what I do just to warm up. Fight gorillas. Come on. You was like, stop playing with me. You want some of the smoke? Come get it. Telling you. Somebody thinking they want to apologize because they know they need to be healed. They know they need to be healed. They see that you're the star. They see you not to be fucked with. Now they want to train up underneath you. They be like, oh, please show me what you do. Show me how you do it. You was like, shit, I can't show you how I do nothing. It's like that connection with God. You have to be an earth angel. You got to live righteously, do what's right. See, you have to make that decision that you're going to be dedicated. You're going to be loyal. You're going to go the right direction. You're going to close cycles that no longer need to be open. You're not going to invite the devil into your home. And you're going to pay homage to all your ancestors. You know, this is why you knew that it was time for you to ride on this day. And when you rode on this day, you call this motherfucker out. Get your ass the fuck on out here. Come on. Get your ass out here. See, somebody didn't realize. They thought that they could hold back some. They thought that they didn't really have to fight like that. Shit, when you had this motherfucker down on the ground, you know, and that motherfucker couldn't move, you was like, oh no. Hold on a second, let me put my playlist on. There we go. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here. You was doing it. You did it so much until God said, okay, that's enough. Get up off him. You know. Then even getting up off him, you said what the fuck you had to say. You know? What else, Spirit? What else? And don't let your batteries had started to go down. I'm telling you, that would have really been bad for him. Yeah, something about the truth. Everybody knew the truth then. Everybody knew the truth. You know, and this is why you was able to walk away peacefully after you kicked that ass. That's why you was able to walk away peacefully after you whooped that motherfucking ass. What's the message? What's the message, Spirit? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. We're going to take these two. Yeah. See, they realized what they thought was this group that loved them. Somebody realized that group didn't love them. That group was just there using them. That's when somebody realized it was time for them to let some shit go. You know? Especially whenever it became clear who has the spiritual authority. You know? When there's somebody thought that, like I said, that confusion became very clear all of a sudden whenever you came into the mix, said whatever you had to say, did what you had to do, and with your spiritual authority, whoop that motherfucking ass. Oh damn, y'all missed it this morning between 4:30 and 6:45 whenever I was not cursing. I did happen to be asleep at that time, but I can honestly say I was not cursing. We're going to pull some from the stack. Then I'm going to go see what my dog is doing because she could be tearing up the whole backyard. I don't know. Telling you, Judgment Day. It's in God's hands. And that's what the devil found out today. It is in God's hands. That's what they was calling. Dear God, please help me. Help me. They never thought they would hear those words come out. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Told you. You whooped that motherfucker's ass and took that motherfucker's name. Hello? Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Hello? What's the message, Spirit? What you say, KIP? We know English and bad English. You got that right. That's the message. Somebody with their religious beliefs, okay? And they was trying to trigger you. Yes. But somebody got proof that motherfucker got their ass handed to them today. Okay. Now somebody got a handshake like a wet noodle. Yep. Because they see you a king or a queen. You not to be played with. You not to be played with. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. And you beat this motherfucker's ass until spirit say, okay, that's enough. Get up. That's when you was like, okay, ... the end. Whoo! Somebody was obsessed with you. Not anymore. Now they're afraid of you. This is, your first house of self in Mars. And Mars is a fighting planet anyway. I'm telling you, God had to get you up off that motherfucker. God had to get you up off that motherfucker because you was even getting ready to go to your second playlist. Something about this past love returns. Somebody who was watching you. They watched you. They may have seen a viral video of you kicking that devil's ass, and they was watching that. And it was like, you know what? I always did like her. I always did like him. That was the one. I always did like so and so. Linda, that my girl. That's what they was like. Yeah, that my girl. That my guy. I told you he don't play. I told you, Rogelio, he don't play like that. That's the one. That my boo. Yeah. What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Yes. Something about Mercury retrograde. Somebody had to be honest with themselves when they started thinking back. And now this Black Widow used to be the hitman. This Black Widow turned on the boss. Turned on the devil, was like, you know what? I was thinking, and I don't like you no more. Because whoever beat your ass is not superficial. That's the real deal, Holyfield. And all the dark is cleared. So I now see I don't want this shit coming back on me. I don't want that boomerang action. I'm allergic to boomerangs. I see now I was just being childish anyway. Shit. Plus time is running out for me to get my shit together. Plus I see that you got high honor. You have high honor, and then you know that the key to life is love. That's why they couldn't beat you, because they had so much hate in their heart. You got love in your heart. Love always wins. So you whoop that motherfucker's ass, loving every moment of it. Because love always wins. You was one with yourself. You had that inner strength. You had your playlist together. You had already had you 2 or 3 mimosas. You had already ate you a good breakfast, had walked your dog, had taken a shower, picked out the clothes for the day. You already got your dinner list prepared. All that. You was one with yourself when you took that motherfucker on. And you said, I'm about to kick you in your ass. You predicted the future. Because it was what they put, confirmation. What they put out is exactly what they got back. Okay? Now the whole group know they need to choose a whole new path. If you wasn't judgmental, you was not judgmental at all. But you did say, I'm going to give you something you ain't never going to forget. But you wasn't judgmental with that shit, though. Hey, Lies Never Stuck. How are you? What's the message, Spirit? What is the message? Thank you. I'm telling you something about this past love. Hold on. And now everybody, they are illuminated that you were a star. And they afraid to even fuck around with your security. And they all was focused on you. They was at that window. Everybody was like, damn. Watching you drag that motherfucker from side to side. Like, damn. Oh, get up. No, we're not coming out there. We're just trying to give you help. Get up. Damn. Oh, she flipped him again. Oh, I know that one hurt. Oh, what's she do? What she got? Oh, Lord. That was like, Devil's like, call the police. They won't answer anymore. They got us blocked. Yes. See, we are not alone. Here in the 3D, your answers is with you. And you know that you are the star. That's like today you said, motherfucker, this shit is over today. And you meant all that shit. Because you are God's child. Think it is a game. Think it's a game. All right, y'all. The book is closed. I'm going to go see what my dog is doing. She probably tearing up the whole backyard or something. Who knows with her ass? Who knows? So, all right. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to probably have maybe one more mimosa. Here I come, Sasha. Told you. She getting impatient. Have me one more mimosa. And then I'll be back. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me this morning. I really appreciate y'all so very much. I love you all. And we'll see each other in a minute. Okay?